How's it going, you guys? So in this video I'm going to once again explain how the law of attraction really works, because I think for those of you who are trying to understand the law of attraction, a big thing you need is repetition of the mechanisms involved in how it works, to really nail it into your brain so you can actually see it unfold in your everyday life. Because repetition is the mother of all skill. And what is a belief? Well, supposedly a belief is just a thought that you think over and over again. And then, of course, you start to believe it because you start to see it in your everyday reality by the nature of focusing on it. So essentially what the law of attraction really is, it is this idea that your mind is like a magnet, okay? And whenever you set your mind on something, kind of like a radio station is how it's usually talked about. You set your mind, you tune your mind to a radio station, okay? And basically how you tune your mind to a certain radio station is through what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and how you're behaving, okay? So when you think thoughts that are more in tune with positivity or more in tune with what you want, you're essentially tuning your radio station to the to that frequency, essentially, of what you want or of positivity. What you think tunes your radio station to the reality in which you want to experience. How you feel also tunes your radio to the radio station that you want to experience. And how you behave also tunes your radio station to what you want to experience. And essentially, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're behaving, whatever your behavior is in alignment with, is going to, what you experience will become a reflection of that. Whatever station you're tuning to with your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, attracts things in your life and in your environment that are in tune with whatever it is that is the sum total of your feelings, your thoughts, and your behaviors. So what that means is, if you are thinking positive thoughts, and most importantly, thoughts to make you feel good, because how you feel about your thoughts is more important than what you label your thoughts as. So one person can be thinking thoughts that sound negative, but be feeling good about it and attract good things. But another person could be thinking those same thoughts, but feeling bad about it and attracting bad things. And that's key. That's why you can think about winning the lottery, or you could be thinking about wanting money, and you could be feeling needy. You could be feeling like the lack of the money and attract more lack, or you can be feeling appreciative of the money and attract more appreciation of money. And so that's key to understand, is it's not necessarily just think about what you want and you will get it. It's aligning your thoughts and your feelings, but also your actions with what it is you want. And aligning your actions doesn't necessarily mean like, you have to be grinding and suffering every day to get what you want. It just means, it's a factor involved in all this. And so the more powerful your thoughts are, or your feelings, or your actions, or a combination of all of them, the closer and closer you get to what it is that you want. But basically, your mind is like a magnet, and what you think about, you bring about. It's not like, I think, therefore I am. It's more like your thoughts and your feelings and your actions, they radiate a range of possibility. And the more your thoughts are like what you want, the more your manifestation will be like your thoughts, essentially, if that makes sense. So you're not attracting exact objects. You're just changing the the scope of the things that you attract to you. that are within that range of possibility. It's a matter of influencing the range of what you attract, rather than directly attracting something. Like, oh, I'm thinking about an elephant, and you attract an elephant. It's not like that. Just whatever frequency your thoughts are radiating, you're going to attract more things that are like that. And it's very important you understand why we're making that distinction, what that means. That's very key. So when you walk through life, you're going to notice things in your reality that directly reflect the range of frequencies in which your thoughts and your feelings and your attitudes and your beliefs are reflecting. So, if you have thoughts that, I'm not doing good, or I'm under a lot of pressure right now, or, things are going so good right now, it's only a matter of time before they go bad, you're going to start to attract more coincidences, more people, more attitudes, more feelings, more situations that are more like those thoughts. And so a lot of people, obviously, because what you're experiencing in life is a direct reflection of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, a lot of people make the mistake of automatically assuming reality comes first, and then your thoughts are a byproduct of reality. But the fact is, you were already thinking thoughts and feeling feelings that were vibrating like those manifestations in reality before they actually showed themselves. And because it's such a direct correlation, you assume that reality came first and your thoughts are second. But that's actually why people are so convinced that reality is objective and their thoughts come after. It's because it's such a direct reflection of your thoughts that you make that mistake. But the fact is, so how you correct that is you simply change the course of your future. If you just, because your point of attraction is now, whatever it is that you're feeling and thinking right now is what is coming about in the following moments. And so the only way that you can really start to see the evidence of what you want, or the evidence that the law of attraction is real, for example, is if you start to practice right now in this very moment the principles of manifesting better things. And what that means is, if you're feeling really heavy negative energy, you need to change your focus. Momentum is key. What you focus on grows. So if you feel negative about something, you don't have to resist those negative thoughts. What you resist persists. If you continue to resist the negative thoughts, like a lot of people do, no, I'm fine, I'm rich. No, that doesn't work. That's why so many people don't believe in the law of attraction, because they're not doing it right. What you got to do instead is start to focus on something that you feel good about. Start to focus on something that's easy to feel good about. And that's the hardest part, because people don't want to let go of the negativity. People want to continue to bring up the same vibrations that have been feeling negative for so long. It's like an addiction almost. So things like politics and social injustices and things like that are really, really easy to get back into. We start to post on social media about these dark things in society. We start to argue with our parents about them, or argue with our family members about them. And it tends to just create more negativity, even though we think that we're making better things to them or whatever. But in reality, the more that you bring up these things, either external, outside of your control, or you sort of bring up these old things, right? Like, let's say you embarrassed yourself in front of your classroom a couple weeks ago or something. And then whenever you enter the classroom again, you're trying to fight that thing that happened in the past. So this is actually really common. You know, all you're doing is you're keeping that old vibration alive. And the more that you try to justify your past behavior, like, oh no, I was just in a bad mood. Oh no, I was low on sleep. And you have to really be super brutally honest about your current actions. Because a lot of people, they don't see this, they're not aware of this. But they'll continue to bring up these old vibrations in different ways, you know. But what you have to understand is if you just forget about what happened before and you change your vibration right now, because what you're feeling and thinking right now is all that matters. It's literally what's creating the solution to those old things. So if you start to think, start to act and feel what you want to be, what you want that past to change to. If you want to solve that embarrassment or whatever it was, if you want to solve those negative things you experienced in the past, all you got to do is start to currently live the positive aspects that you wish you could have acted as if instead in the past. And you can almost think of this, I think they call this quantum jumping, but basically what will happen is, by the very nature of acting from that place, acting as if, you acted the way you wanted to instead or whatever. If you start to live your current life as if what you wanted in the past actually happened. Now that's maybe a complicated thing for people to get through. If you start to feel as if that past thing that you were upset about or that you wish you could have changed, you can start to feel as if you actually did act the way you wanted to or feel the way you wanted to, act as if that situation solved itself or something, then crazy enough, your current reality will start to reflect that past thing that you felt so bad about. Your current reality will start to reflect that thing playing out the way you wish it would have. And then moving forward, a lot of these situations, if you can just let go of the negative resistance, let go of the negative vibration, and you start to focus more on things that make you feel good, things that make you feel more at ease and more well-being, then your future starts to reflect that ease and that well-being rather than that resistance. But the thing is, and this is obviously typical amongst people that don't understand law of attraction and think it's a bunch of bullshit. If you continue to beat your head against the wall over and over again and try to resist the past, you start to bring that into every new thing. You start to create more and more of that resistance, and you start to live your life resisting those things over and over and over again. And your reality might even start to reflect new things, but inside of yourself, you're still living those the past darkness and the past resistance and the past negativity inside of you. You're internally struggling until you can let go of that. But generally speaking, everything that you want to attract in the future, the things you want to create, the things you want to unfold in the optimistic light, they come so much easier when you can trust that everything's going to be okay. And the big thing here, though, is you've got to take action on the gifts that the universe give you. So basically how you feel is reflecting whether you're on the right path or not. So if you're feeling a lot of suffering and you're feeling resistance and negativity, that's a sign that something needs to change. And that doesn't mean that you need to do something drastic, okay? The actions that you take should feel good, if that makes sense. Because according to Abraham Hicks, at least, which I think is relatively accurate, when you take action that is in alignment with what they call God or the universe, or that's in alignment with what they call the path of least resistance, but essentially, when you start to take action that is in alignment with what you want, what these new age people call the chakra system starts to line up. And you'll start to feel this positive energy like in your center line. And basically, that is what they call the emotional guidance system. And all of these things are really esoteric. It's not meant to be a scientific thing. This is more of an experimental kind of like philosophy to live a good life that science is not capable of really validating or anything. But this is purely meant for people who want to live a good life and they want to try an unconventional approach. Because I know I have a lot of science-based people on here. Yeah, so you can't just sit around and do drugs and think and then feel good and think that that's like creating something good. That's not how it works. You want to create things in your life from a place of feeling good. Because when you're feeling good, you have access to good thoughts. And when you have access to good thoughts, you have access to better opportunities in your manifestation of life. And when you have access to better opportunities in your manifestation of life, you have access to creating better things in the future, which start to fuel better thoughts. And if you milk it and you milk it and you continue that momentum of feeling good, only good things start to come about. But it's a matter of momentum. You got to keep the good momentum going. So anyway, I'm going to stop right there. That was my brain dump on the law of attraction. So let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll talk to y'all next time.